Hello everyone, welcome you all in my YouTube channel. This is the fifth video of the series AZ-104 exam. Coming towards questions. Question is, your company has an Azure Active Directory subscription. You need to deploy 5 virtual machines to your company virtual network subnet. The VMs will each have both a public and private IP address. Inbound and outbound security rules for all of these virtual machines must be identical. Which of the following is the least amount of security group needed for this configuration? Options are option A 4, option B 3, option C 2, option D 1. And correct option would be option D 1. Coming to the next question, you have Azure Active Directory TNet that has contoso.onmicrosoft.com domain name. You have a domain name of contoso.com registered at third-party registry. You need to ensure that you can create Azure AD user that have name containing a suffix of at contoso.com. Which 3 actions should you perform in sequence? So these are the actions. Actions are add a record to public contoso.com DNS zone. Second, add an Azure AD TNet. Third, configure company branding. Fourth, create Azure DNS zone. Fifth, add a custom name. And sixth, verify the domain. And the correct 3 actions in sequence are add a custom name. Second, add a record to the public contoso.com DNS zone. And third, verify the domain. Next question. You have downloaded an Azure Resource Manager template to deploy numerous virtual machines. The ARM template is based on current virtual machine, but must be adapted to reference an administrative password. You need to make sure that password cannot be restored in plain text. You are preparing to create the necessary component to achieve your goal. Which of the following should you create to achieve your goal? These are the options: an Azure keyboard, an Azure storage account, Azure Active Directory Identity Protection, an access key, an Azure policy, a backup policy. And answer will be Azure keyboard and an access policy. Next question. Your company has Azure subscription that includes a number of Azure virtual machines which are all part of same virtual network. Your company also has an on-premises Hyper-V server that hosts a virtual machine named VMware, which must be replicated to Azure. Which of the following objects that must be created to achieve this goal? Options are Hyper-V site or storage account or Azure Recovery Services Vault or Azure Traffic Manager instance, replication policy or endpoint. And the correct answers would be Hyper-V site, Azure Recovery Services Vault, replication policy. Next question. You have Azure subscription name subscription 1 that contains a resource group name RG1. In RG1, you create an internal load balancer named LB1 and a public load balancer named LB2. You need to ensure that administrator named admin1 can manage LB1 and LB2. The solution must follow principle of least privilege. Which role should you assign to admin 1 for each task? To add a backend pool to LB1. The options are contributor on LB1, network contributor on LB1, network contributor on RG1, or owner on LB1. And to add a health probe to LB2. Options are contributor on LB2, network contributor on LB2, network contributor on RG1, owner on LB2. So the correct options would be to add a backend pool to LB1. We use network contributor on LB1. And to add a health probe to LB2, we use network contributor on LB2.